questions?
Terry, the consensus from some of us on the team is maybe this was a lower energy practice compared to what we see, at least the 2 periods that we got access to. Were you pleased with practice today? Did we have the wrong read on that?
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of our better practices. You guys don't get to see our good on good. And we had a good on good right before you guys came out. And then we had individual periods. So in individual, it's a lot of teaching. And so it's like slower and slower pace. So I thought yesterday was a great practice. Today was a great practice. These guys are working hard. I'm super proud of the effort, and I thought today's energy was fantastic.
Terry, it looked like Liam was hanging around the quarterbacks again. Is that maybe a long-term thing that we're looking at there?
Yeah, he might be some secret sauce or something like that.
Terry, you've been in that stadium dozens, if not hundreds of times as a player, as an assistant coach. Have you thought about what it's going to be like leading a team out onto that field?
Yeah, I think I asked someone the other day, I'm still learning my routine, so this is my first home game. I just learned that I now have to stay at the hotel on Friday night, and now what bus I'm riding, and these things are new to me because as an assistant, I didn't stay at the hotel on Friday night, so it'll be a little bit different. This whole thing is really surreal to me. I'm humbled by it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to having our home crowd behind us. We've been in 2 hostile environments and welcoming a great home crowd.
What's been the most surprising part as you make this transition? Like you said, things as simple as small as the hotel. Like, what are some of the other things that are maybe catching you off guard?
All these interviews.
Yeah.
As an assistant, I may talk to you guys twice a season. Yeah, it's just a different lifestyle now, and I love it. I embrace it. I want it. I'm in charge of everything. I'm in charge of the meals. I'm in charge of the timing of practice and how practice functions and what periods we do what, and the uniform code. Does the coaches wear this or that, or it's a huge program, and there's a lot of little things that no one even thinks about that now they're on my plate, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Terry, Joey Schlafford no longer on the roster. Do you anticipate having more departures between now and the end of the regular season? And are you having those conversations with guys currently since he left in the last few days?
Joey made a decision to leave. We respect that. I don't anticipate anyone else leaving. The morale's been really good. At the end of the day, we're going to play with who is here, and our roster is still here. These guys are excited to play a great Indiana team this weekend, and they're preparing to go play hard for Saturday.
Hey Terry, having coached with Manny Diaz, it's the only defense that I've seen that kind of feels similar to what you're going to see this weekend. Does that give you any insight into a defense that likes to move and be as aggressive as this one?
Yeah, Manny's defense was a movement defense. It's a vertical defense. These guys are that way. They move a lot. We have to make sure we stay ahead of the sticks. They pride themselves on a lot of movement, getting you behind the sticks, 2nd and long, 3rd and long. It's tough to call plays that way. We got to get positive yards. We got to get 4 or 5 yards on 1st down. That way we have a couple downs to chip away at the 1st down. So it is challenging. We're preparing, but we've seen it. We still have our prowler package on defense, and so we get to see it with our good on good in practice.
To follow up on the question about Liam, do you have any sort of update for us on Smolik for either this weekend or through the end of the season?
Yeah, Smolik is still week to week. We're hoping we can get him back, but we're not quite sure. I'm sure you guys recognize Kritza wasn't out there today. He's sick, so just there's a little bug going around. A couple guys sick on the team. We're just trying to nurse them back.
Terry, you mentioned that things are different now for you personally, but also coming home after 2 weeks on the road and a bye week there. The emotions of being in Beaver Stadium, how much can a different energy help this team as you guys try to crack back into the win column against a difficult Indiana team?
Yeah, we need momentum. We need our crowd to cheer us. We need support. We're on the road. There's you know, we have a small faction of fans, but you can't really hear them. They're drowned out. Like anything, it's a family. We need family. We need that support to encourage our guys, you know, when it's tough, that, you know, keep moving forward, keep pressing forward. And, you know, it's home field advantage. It's Beaver Stadium. It's where we should be cheered. And, you know, we welcome a great crowd and great intensity from the crowd to help us, you know, push forward to victory.
Well, and the crowds were somewhat hostile in the last couple of home games before James got fired and things like that. Like, how much did that affect the team? It's not just yelling at the head coach, the kids hear it too.
Yeah, I'm sure they hear it, but you know, you hear some of that, but the overall crowd at Beaver Stadium is still positive. And you have to train yourself to only hear the positive, right? It's like we try to teach our guys, stay off social media, right? Don't get too high when it's good, don't get too low when it's bad. So if you never hear that, it's like me, people ask me, did you hear the Ohio State fans? I didn't hear a word, because I don't want to hear it. And so I train myself not to hear it, and I just know what I need to see and what I need to hear, so just keep it moving. We're trying to train our guys that way.
Terry, kind of going back to your first game as a head coach at Beaver Stadium, I know you're more worried about the game, but on the external side, is there maybe extra family kind of anything? I'm pretty sure your family was there for your intro press conference, so.
Yeah, I got a big family. They support me very well. You know, bowl games, I usually have 20 or 30 there. There has been a heavy ticket request for this weekend, so a lot of my friends I grew up with, a lot of former players that played with me here. I've had tremendous support. I'm just thankful for my supporting cast and my family. Yeah, there's a lot of people coming up this weekend.
Easier to get tickets now?
It's a little easier, but it's all a matter of, like, I got 4 comp tickets as an assistant, and I get a little bit more now, but now that I have more, I'm still challenged that I need more. So it's like, they must know I get more, so.
Terry,
Ready to step.
how's Cooper doing? And, you know, there's a lot of talk about him. His freshman season, and then coming into this year, there was an expectation for him. How has he been handling the situation behind the scenes, and where is he in his development? What are maybe some of the things that are keeping him from being part of the conversation?
Coop's been great. He's a great personality on the team. He's a future captain on this football team. He's got a great personality. You know, he's battled some injuries that set him back initially. But he's doing well now. He's back to full go, and you know, we're trying to work him back into the lineup. We have some good guys up front, and you know, it's hard to crack a lineup, you know, with those guys. But he's out there every day, and he's working hard, and he's doing everything we ask him to do.
Hey Terry, one could argue that Nicholas Singleton and Katron Allen, when you're putting the best 11 out on offense, that the two of them should be out there. Why haven't we seen more of them as a dynamic duo in offensive sets this season?
Well, only one of them could touch the ball, so, you know, it's just a matter of, can we get 35 touches between the two? You know, that's kind of a benchmark for me to know that our 2 best players are touching the ball. I think we were maybe low 30s in the Ohio State game, so we're close to where we want to be. And this week, you know, we got to have a point of emphasis to run the football, and hopefully we can get both of those guys 35 touches. And if we can do that, that means the game is moving in our favor and in our direction.
Terry, what did you see from Nick against Ohio State? He got in space a little bit more. I know that was a goal of yours coming out of the bye week. And what are you looking to build upon that moving forward?
Yeah, I thought he did a real nice job with some of the jet sweeps and the little perimeter screens to him, and just getting him out there. You know, he's really fast and talented. We want to expand upon that, and you know, we feel like, you know, the first part of the season, he wasn't running the ball the way or as effectively as we would like. I thought at the Ohio State game, he started to look like old Nick, and our job is to keep that going and getting back to old Nick.
Thanks, Terry.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you.